Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you enjoy real-life drama, family dynamics, and standing up for yourself, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow. Now let's get into today's story, titled Entitled Parents. Leave everything you have to our children. I'm 39 years old. I'm successful. I'm happy. I've built a peaceful life on my own terms. No kids. No regrets. Now my siblings. Not quite the same. My brother's 42 with 3 children. My sister 35, 3 kids, and another on the way. Our youngest sister is 28, married and pregnant too. But she's the only one who stays out of the drama. Growing up, our parents raised us to believe that money didn't matter. They glorified being poor and having lots of kids, probably because that's how they lived and they needed to convince themselves that they didn't screw up. Well, I didn't buy into that. I knew early on that I didn't want children. I'd focused on my education, my career, and eventually built a beautiful 5-bedroom home, 2 amazing dogs and a loving boyfriend. But of course, my family has always seen me as the selfish one. My parents say my house feels empty without kids. My siblings accuse me of wasting my life just because I'm not popping out children. But you know what's funny? It's the same people calling me selfish are the first to ask me for money. Every time. If it's for necessities like school clothes or supplies for the kids, I'm happy to help. But when it's amusement parks or vacations, I say no. And yes, I've done more than my fair share. I even paid for my parents to live in a high-end assisted living facility because I felt I owed them that much. But instead of appreciation, all I get is shade. They praise my siblings for carrying on the family values. Meanwhile, I'm treated like the ultimate disappointment. So I distance myself. Then, a few weeks ago, my sister called. She wanted to come over with her husband, my brother, and his wife. I said okay. They sat me down and said with straight faces that they wanted me to leave my fortune to their kids, split equally. They even said if I agreed, they'd stop asking me for help, as if they were doing me a favor. You don't have kids, my brother said. So who else are you going to leave it to? I told them flat out. My money's going to charity, and I don't owe them a thing. Of course they exploded, called me selfish again, so I told them to get out. Simple. The next morning, I get a call from my dad. He says, "We're very disappointed in you." She has her life together, and I'm proud of her. I didn't even respond. I just hung up. The only family member who stood by me, my youngest sister. She actually respects my choices. For those wondering, yes, I did move my parents to a more basic facility. Here's why. After the whole inheritance drama, my parents switched to sweet talk mode. Suddenly they wanted to make peace. So I agreed to meet them, cautiously. Here's where it gets disgusting. They know that chocolate is toxic to dogs. I've told them repeatedly. But my mom, she keeps trying to sneak them chocolate anyway. Maybe they like it, she says. I was just being nice. That day I left them in the living room while I got drinks from the kitchen. From where I stood, I saw my mom reach into her purse, pull out a chocolate bar, and start to break off a piece. I rushed in and knocked it out of her hand. They looked shocked. I was livid. When I asked what she was doing, my dad started yelling at me. He said I was being rude. I told them flat out, either they're totally ignorant or they were trying to hurt my dog. That was the final straw. I escorted them out myself. A few days later, I had them moved. They're safe, fed, cared for, but no more private apartment. I'm a woman, no fancy perks, just the basics. And no, they're not being mistreated. I'm done funding the lifestyle of people who treat me like garbage. Oh, and for those who keep assuming I'm a man, nope. A woman who said no to guilt, no to manipulation, and yes to peace. Thanks again for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me grow, and I've got more stories to share. See you in the next one.